I feel like I don't need to say this. Actually, I feel like I have to. That's because even though that the people who still believe this won't, who believe what I'm about to say will see this. I feel like just by mentioning this, I'm helping to make. Hold on, that's because I need to adjust something real quick. But while I do that, I feel like people still treat this as, as as something relevant and as something that, you know, needs to be touched up upon. Something that, people can't forget. And what I'm talking about, if you guys don't know, is actually a few things, but mostly, responses to what certain people may or may not say on the internet. People tend, like, I was talking to my mom yesterday, that's because, she constantly keeps on trying to talk me out of being a YouTuber, and she told me that she didn't want me to end up like PewDiePie or like Tobuscus, which I told her that's exactly what I want to be like. Why wouldn't I want to be like them? And the reason she said this was because she doesn't want me to end up as a pedophile. And me being intrigued as to what she was, referring to, I asked her, "What do you mean?" Only to find out that what she was talking about was she believes the whole PewDiePie situation and the whole Tobuscus situation, and I'm not saying that if you do, then you're just flat out wrong. I'm just saying you have to remember that this is the internet, and you know, false accusations for things like this happen quite a lot actually, and I just feel like sometimes you have to remind people that things like that happen. And for, the people that say, well, do I believe that Tobuscus, did it or not, even though, again, this whole thing is like completely irrelevant. The only reason I'm mentioning it is because, I recently talked to people that wanted to talk about this situation or didn't want me to pursue my dreams just because of it. And to them, I say, yeah, I still want to follow my dreams. But, thanks for your concern. And they just constantly bring up things like, oh, but I don't want you to end up like Tobuscus, or oh, I don't want you to end up like PewDiePie, and I just say to them, they're my idols. Why wouldn't I want to be like them? They're funny, they're charismatic, they're, for the most part, extremely humble and down to earth people. I love to meet these people and talk to them about certain things. And people genuinely just look at me in shock. That's because I personally don't believe that, these people All right, before I say I believe that these people are without fault and someone, actually, before I say that, I don't feel like these people are bad people, and someone says, well, of course you would think that that's because, you're a follower of them, and that couldn't be more from the truth. I want to be like them, but a follower, in my opinion, would want to be them. They'd want to, they want to be in their shoes. They'd want to basically live their lives. What I want to do is I want to have a similar life in their career, where they're happy, where, they're making other people happy. And, sometimes people think that I'm wrong for that opinion. But then I always just say to them, it's just an opinion. It's not like my opinion dictates, what you should think. And to my surprise, a lot of people were shocked. That's because they told me for the most part that they didn't think about it themselves. Well, except for certain people who say, like, for the PewDiePie and the Tobuscus situation, like, why would someone lie about that, or why would someone say that? And I'm just like, it's the internet. People say and do some pretty bad things. Hold on, someone's calling me. Not important. But that's seriously a problem that people, don't learn how to forgive someone and to forget. Because going to things like the Tobuscus situation, I don't personally believe that he had anything to do with it. Hold on, let me see if I can. That's because I think I'm coming through for everybody right now. Let me see if I can mute myself. Do 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 do. Hmm. Hmm. See, it would be underneath audio. To headphones. Hmm. Yeah. Oh well. If people like really don't want to hear from me, then chances are they probably just mute me. Ah, there we go. But like, I'm still astounded that people don't let things like that go. They're not willing to listen to other people's opinions. Just because of what they hear other people say, they instantly take their word as law. Because genuinely, I've seen people that, that just have harassed people like PewDiePie and Tobuscus just because of, of one seemingly simple thing that could very well just be nothing. I I know what you guys may be saying. Oh, rape isn't someone, or sexual assault isn't something that, it's not nothing. it's not something, that you can just brush aside. And I can tell you for a fact that it's not. But, here's the thing. It's hard to really trust people on the internet. And I don't know if you know this, but some people either A, just are really petty, spite-filled people, or spiteful. Pretty sure it's spiteful. Spiteful people, or they're just really, really bored people that just want to see what they can do, what damage they can deal to this person. And that's anyone who does that for the latter option is a really sick person, just trying to see if you can ruin someone's reputation just because you're bored. And for those of you who do it just because you're petty, don't think that, what you do is forgivable either. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just saying if you do this in order to hurt somebody, then, don't expect for people to treat you like a whole lot better just because of it. Treat people how you want to be treated. And understand very well that if you treat someone with hatred and contempt, chances are people are going to treat you the exact same way. Now, as I was going to say when this video was, I guess you can say, started, I was going to say, oh, these people are given a lot worse of a rap than they deserve. That's because they aren't bad people. They are nice people that are down to earth, people that are relatable. And while I don't know why someone would want to, hurt them or blow something out of proportion is beyond me. But first off, I feel like I've already dismissed or talked about my opinion on the whole Tobuscus situation. I feel like this is one of those, accusations made by someone who was just blinded by either jealousy or, just really petty and or bored. But I'm really glad that that didn't, stop Tobuscus from doing what he does best in making people happy. Like, sure, some people say that, YouTubers are mostly doing this as a job, but no, people are doing this as a hobby. They want to do this. They want to make people happy. And I'm just shocked that people instantly took the side of the accuser and didn't really listen to the defendant side or the person being accused. Because that's something that happens a lot, really. And mostly on accusations of by women made for men. People will instantly, unless they're really close friends, they'll instantly take the side of the woman in situations like Tobuscus's situation. And unless you're popular and have fans, that, believe you, you won't really get too much defense other than your family and friends. And again, unless you're popular, that can seriously damage your reputation, as to where, especially if they have a social media account, it can completely cripple you, just completely destroy you and what you do. But I feel like he's the type of person that would keep going no matter what happened to him. And that's why I respect him. And to be honest, I don't really care to listen to. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't care to listen to people who, think differently than I do. But if you're trying to convince or change my opinion on the stance between that whole Tobuska situation, I'm just gonna walk away. That's because my opinion won't change for the most part regarding certain things. It's not even that I'm closed minded, it's just that I've already made my choice and I plan on sticking with it. Tobuscus has the mind of a child. Not to throw shade at him, but he's really childish and seems to be a super sweet guy. So I personally don't believe that he would really do something like assault another person. That's because often when YouTubers make mistakes and someone knows about it, they would come out about it. Like the YouTuber that I'm going to talk about next, PewDiePie, he got into a situation twice actually, and he's talked about it multiple times. But when it comes down to people like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, you know, YouTubers that are big like that, they tend to be really careful about what they say. But some of them realize or don't realize that they can seriously damage their career by saying certain things. Like PewDiePie, or they just get that old, YouTube high that certain people get where they feel like they're untouchable. And that can seriously cripple them. I personally don't believe that, PewDiePie's racist or, he's anti-Semitic or anything like that. I feel like a lot of the YouTubers that, have said certain words aren't really racist or offensive. Sometimes they just have a slip of the tongue, or sometimes they're just they just say things just because. And that's not a good thing, but I can understand. And if people feel offended by what they say, then you have to remember that this is the internet and people can be offensive on the internet. People don't respect people over the internet for the most part because they won't be people that they will ever see. They won't be people that they'll ever have to face again. They won't be people that, you know, they'll talk to ever again. Chances are they forget about that person exist in their existence in the next couple of hours or days. But when it comes down to something like a video, which you can almost find anywhere, it's not really it can be very hurtful and on both ends. But as to whereas you attack someone for what they say, like if you were the person that, that was attacked, then I understand. But okay, I'm gonna bring up another situation that's not PewDiePie or Tabas. Well, it's kind of PewDiePie related, but it's someone who I seriously can't stand, like and his name is. I'm gonna throw his channel out there. That's because chances are you guys already know who he is. I can't stand Minnesota Boy, and that's because Minnesota Boy is extremely close-minded. He's not really a forgive and forget type of person. He responded to, iDub saying the N word, and the reason why I won't say it is because even though I'm black, I'm trying my best to stay clear of words of profanity like that, just because, YouTube's new algorithm makes it so that, swearing is something that will get you not really recognized by a lot of people. So he responded to iDub saying that word, and you know, people attacked him. But I feel like it's not good to say that people just attack them. Some people attacked them, while some people just defended iDubbbz. While some people, that follow Minnesota Boys, and even more people than that, attacked iDubbbz. While some people defended, other YouTubers that commented on it. And if that wasn't enough, Minnesota Boy then hopped onto YouTube, the PewDiePie Death to All Jews board little thing. And he's even gone so far as whereas he had someone on live stream who seemed like he wasn't really that mean of a guy, and he said, "Go ahead, say the N word with the hard R. Say it. Go on, say it. Go on, say it." And he legit just kept on telling this guy to say the word, and he eventually did say it, but then he just called him a racist. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You gave him consent to say the word, and then you're gonna call him a racist. That's like saying, "Oh, you have permission to go inside my house. Oh wait, never mind. Get out. I'm going to call 911. Why are you inside my house?" That doesn't make any sense. If you didn't want him to say it, then just not tell him to say it at all. And he would have been fine without saying it. He wouldn't have had a reason to say it. But no, he had to keep pushing him far beyond what he had to. He kept on making him, keep going further beyond. Plus Ultra. I see. It's when people try to prove their point, but when they don't get the response that they want, they like pressure that person into doing what they want. Like like feminists, for example, sometimes they say some really outlandish things. And sometimes they want guys to admit to say something that, they wouldn't really say. And they'll legit harass this random person just to get them to say what they want. And when they do, they'll accuse this person of being, anti-feminist, racist, transphobic, homophobic. And I say and a lot, I know. I say and way more than I should. But I feel like this, and I also say I feel like a lot. Yeah, these are quirks that if you're subscribed to me and, you actually want to see me succeed and you actually watch my channel, you'll see these show up more and more. This is what really pushes me to the edge when someone forces another person to say, you know, a phrase or word or sentence that they wouldn't have said in the first place, but they felt pressured into it. I can tell that this little GG person is serious about, doing heist. So I am going to add this person. I just screenshot their, account and information just so I know. Also, this person's information just in case I need some people for like heist. Yeah, I just can't stand people like that. They just seem. Also, sorry about the constant notifications. It's just saying that, I switch between not having, video and microphone audio, then only having microphone audio, back and forth and back and forth. It's not like someone messaged me, that's because no one even knows I'm online right now. People need to respect other people. And even if you don't respect them, sorry, I'm extremely tired. Even though you may not respect them, you should at least have the decency to forget what they've, well, not forget, but forgive what they've done. That's because on the internet, having your own opinion is a calling card for a multitude of things happening to you. Can't really speak when I'm all sluggish and tired and limping and stuff. See, I probably shouldn't have done this. That's because I feel like, this was a waste of my time. No one's really gonna care about this, but I feel like just talking while I'm waiting for this whole heist thing to get started. And I felt like what I was talking about, or what I am talking about, is really important. It's really. I know that one of these people aren't going to stay, or both of them are going to leave. No. Both of these cases. Actually, I feel like there have been more cases that I'm just not remembering right now who they've been for. But this is a case of people saying something that they probably shouldn't have, and them getting berated for it, which I genuinely feel bad for, the people. I feel like they were unfairly discriminated. Well, not discriminated against us, because, a lot of people think, What? That's impossible. But I feel like they've been treated a lot worse than they probably, should have been treated. I feel like these guys aren't bad people, and they're just made to look bad by people who are either extremely mad or extremely jealous. And that just genuinely kills me. So for people who skipped to the end of the video, hoping to find something, basically what I've been saying is they aren't bad people. Don't mistake them for being bad people. And even if you do, like, even if you do hate these people, don't just, like, genuinely berate them. Just at least, like, say that you forgive them. Or at least say, okay, I understand. That's because for like PewDiePie's situation, it's clear that, he just let something slip out of his mouth as an insult, which I feel like people, actually, I'm not even gonna say I feel like people have done before. I feel like people or everyone has at least done this once where they said something that they didn't mean, and eventually, they regret it immediately afterwards. Like, even if someone didn't say anything to PewDiePie about what he said, about when he said the N-word with the hard R, I feel like he would have taken it back after, noticing what he said. And with the whole, you know, other time they said the N-word, and when he made that little freaking, actually, you know what? The other time when he said the N-word without the hard R and that little death to Jews thing, I feel like those were clearly jokes, but people don't want to, listen or give, them a chance, just because of what may be a multitude of different reasons. Like, they're extremely petty, or they just can't stand this person, or actually I was about to say, or they're extremely jealous, but that's kind of the same thing. And I meant for this to be like only a few minutes, but this is going on for a while. Bam, bam. Bow, 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 bow. I feel like the night shark is only useful for when, like, you have people with you. Oh, we're on easy mode. Yeah, guys, these people aren't as malicious as, they're made to seem. They are, for the most part, really down-to-earth people who are just, like, misunderstood. I'm gonna be the first one to die. Actually, no, scratch that. I'm not gonna die at all. You just call me a nerd? You little dingleberry. Why do I not have my combat MG out? Please don't destroy this Akula, please. Or Valkyrie. I was doing the heist preps and I had to seal in Akula. Oh my god, why? Please. Just stop. Don't be like this. Let's just go. I love how I'm just sitting here and waiting for these guys to all get in. Like, what on earth is that guy over there? Oh, he fell down. Come on. Oh god, and it's already smoking. This is fantastic. This is genuinely the best. Why did you guys feel like donking around? Sure, we can die at least one more time, but if this Valkyrie gets destroyed... I'm sorry you guys have to, you know, see and hear me like this, because I sound really different than how I normally do. I normally sound full of energy and life and things like that. But today I just don't really feel that into it. That's because I've been going through a lot of stuff, and you know, I feel like my channel is at a place where it's slowly starting to, you know, hit a standstill, but you know, it's just not okay to just simply believe, or it's not okay to simply harass someone based off of what they have said, or what they, you know, what people have said about them. That's because it's really easy to just believe someone who, you know, who says something once about this one person. Or it's really easy to, you know, call this person out based off what they've said just because. But it's not something that we should do just because of the fact that it's easy. And shoot, a lot of things are easy, but that doesn't mean that you should say them, or that doesn't mean that you should do them. You guys can't shoot these guys down, then please let us land and let us talk about them. Or let me take the gunner's position. So I feel like you guys are just donking around at this point. Thank you. You took down one of them. Congratulations. I'm gonna try to see if I can end this, like, without having to finish the heist, because I feel like you guys don't want to go through that. Alright, I'll talk to you guys.